Sawadee-ka. All right, the last few days, Napoleon and company have judged me and judged me harshly, found me unworthy because ego and profanity. They hit me where I live. Next, they'll talk about eating bacon or pizza or drinking Mountain Dew and sweet tea. Then I'll really be in trouble. Okay, the 10th. I just looked up and saw the 9th was profanity. That was my point of reference. So the 10th. If you must be deceitful, okay, I'm clean on this. I never fucking lie about anything. People wish I would lie about shit. I'm not the guy to ask if you look fat in those pants, because I'll tell you that if you look fat, I'll tell you you look fat. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Come here. You know you can't shower and come out in a towel and not say hello to the people in the video. Sawadee-ka. Sawadee-ka. You smell good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. If you must be deceitful, be sure you never try to deceive your best friend, yourself. You're your own best friend. Well, there you go. A better understanding of what you are about, your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations leads you to a better understanding of those around you. Okay? It is critical, therefore, that you be honest with yourself at all times. The moment you begin to deceive yourself is the beginning of the decline in your character. It is the beginning of a process of rationalization that permits you to justify unacceptable behavior. Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to let them drag me into politics, but yeah, hell yeah. The moment you begin to deceive yourself is the beginning of the decline in your character. It is the beginning of a process of rationalization that permits you to justify unacceptable behavior. Yeah, there's been a lot of unacceptable behavior in 2020, guys, a lot. And people justify it and rationalize it. So, yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen that this year. Well, last year, but this year really hasn't blown me away yet either. Make sure you are a person whom you like. Check. A person of sound character. Check. If you don't like yourself, how can you expect others to like you? Man, there's an old thing about love yourself before you can love anybody else, and I 1000% believe that too and agree with that. So that's sort of what he's saying, the same thing. If you don't like yourself or love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to like or love you? Makes sense. Step back and examine your behavior as logically as possible. Ask yourself, am I the kind of person I would like to be with? Developing good character traits is like achieving any other objective. Determine where you wish to be and then develop a plan for getting there. Okay, so this might sound kind of harsh or inhuman, but a lot of times I've run my personal life by the same thoughts, feelings, techniques that I ran my business by, because I felt like a lot of the principles applied and shifted over, like worked. That's exactly what he's saying. He's saying, look at yourself and you're building your character the same way you build a business, right? By developing a plan, by, looking at it hard, investigating it, looking at it from a couple of different angles, all right? Perspectives we talked about before. So yeah, I mean, I've lived that for, I don't want to say 57 years, or I would have been retired in Italy or Greece, 10 or 20 years ago, instead of Thailand, this year, or last year, 2020. It's a new year. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new year. But yeah, I mean, eventually I got it. And yeah, that's with my personal relationships. I was married for 10 years. Great lady. I'm not going to get into why it ended, but things change and people change, right? And I'm not a person who, if something's broken, will ignore it and just hope for the best. And once again, this is going to sound cold-hearted, but this is the first analogy that came to my mind, and I'm always just being real with you guys. If a car is broken, I get rid of it and get a new car. And when you're talking about people, that sounds cold and cold-hearted and harsh and all kinds of things. I get it. I understand how you're seeing things when I say that, but that is the way it is. That's being honest and being forthright. So, yeah, it's like I won't settle when it comes to being with a person, you know, partnering up and having a relationship. The relationship has to be, you know, not broken. It has to be, and not, to be fair to myself and the other person, not perfect. Because once again, I've sat here and looked you in the eye and said, nobody's perfect, including me, especially me, right? I can go down a list of flaws so long, it could be a 90-minute video. But in my core, I'm a good person and I try to do the right thing, and that's enough for me. Now, I've met some people in my life who have not been impressed with my character. Hello, sawadee-ka. Come and say hi. It's the ooh woman. She's all masked up. There she is. Hello. Sawadee-ka. The ooh woman came and brought breakfast for Mao, Wanweepa. Your breakfast is here, madam, queen. So, yeah, like I said, there's people who have met me and just said, no, I'm not buying what you're selling. You're an asshole. You're insensitive, right? The thing with the car. You're this, you're that. Oh, okay. I'm not for you. You're not for me. And we're talking about friendship too, not relationships. But I guess too. There's women I dated, and after a date or two, it didn't go anywhere. Okay, you don't like me, I don't like you, whatever. There's plenty of fish, right? That was a website, well, it probably still is, back in the day. There's plenty of fish in the sea. So go find somebody that does like you, maybe possibly love you down the road, and that you have the same feelings, for mutual feelings, and see where it grows. And a lot of times you'll meet somebody and it will grow. That's time to end it too. Never being afraid to pull the trigger and end a relationship that isn't working is very important, because it's not going to get better. The people aren't going to change, right? It is what it is. It works or it doesn't work. It really can be black and white and very simple. 1-0, positive, negative. It just is. And you have to recognize that and move on when it's not working. And even after 10 years. And another relationship I had was 5. So. Yeah, that's, I talk for 8 minutes and wind up saying what he said, but yeah, I want to reinforce what was in the paragraph today, because unlike the other day when he was talking about cursing and how that shows you don't have a vocabulary, I disagree. I think of profanity as color, and what I mean by that is, when you play guitar, you can just play straight note for note and play the note for as long as it's written in the music. Just one note and play it for, or you could be like, we talked about Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Van Halen or B.B. King, and make that note your own. And like with B.B., he would vibrato. He had a really good vibrato, so he'd play that and go like that, like a little singing. To B.B., if you watch interviews with him, when he played a lead in a song, a lead guitar riff, he tried to make it vocal. He was like, I'll sing and I'll say, the thrill is gone, the thrill has gone away. And then Lucille, his guitar, the Gibson ES 355, the black one, he'll make Lucille sing, right? With the vibrato and the bends and so he could take a few notes and make them really sound vocal and musical and pleasing to the ear. So that's what I always see. I don't see profanity as a subtraction from the language or a replacement from the language. I see it as adding color. I see it as a bend. I see it as a trill. My ex-girlfriend, though 5-year, Alex, who's originally from Moscow, was fascinated with the word fuck, right, in the English language. And one of the reasons she was an avid reader and you know, word person. She loved words. She loved writing. She loved reading books. And she was fascinated by how many uses it had. Like when you're learning the language from a foreign perspective, when English isn't your native language and you come across fuck, it's like, you know, it's an adverb, it's a noun, it's a verb, it's a you know, it's an adjective, it's a, you know, it actually could be used in quite a few ways. So I had found something on the internet, because, you know, everything is on the internet, including this crap. And there's a guy who's like a professional announcer. He's got the deep voice, like a radio voice, and he's very, you know, steady and professional. And he's like, the word fuck can be used in many ways. Fuck yourself. Fuck that. Fuck that. You know, like he's going through all the examples and he's saying it in this straight, you know, radio voice. And, you know, she loved it. That was like her favorite thing I ever sent her, you know, over the internet via email. She absolutely loved it. And you know, it's profanity. It's the word fuck, but it was very clever, whoever did this little clip. And he showed how versatile the word it is. It's very versatile if you think about it. So, you know, I joke a lot this summer because it was hot, and hell, it's hot today. I mean, I'm a little bit of sweat, and it's in the 70s outside. But in the summer, when it's in the 80s and 90s, I'm hot. So I didn't wear a shirt. I just wore my shorts. And, you know, I did a bunch of jokes about free the nipple. Well, okay, so fuck is profanity, and people have very strong feelings, including Napoleon and company, about profanity. Well, okay, is a nipple, a female nipple, because that's what people want to see. They don't want to see an old fat guy's nipple. Is that normal? And you know, you get into the whole breastfeeding in public thing from that. Is it okay? Is it normal to see a female nipple? Or is it dirty? And, you know, and it's all, once again, what did I just say? Perspective, right? It's how you look at it, how you were raised, what the social mores and norms are, and, you know, it's a nipple. It's not a big deal, but to some people, they freak out. Like, you cover, you know, a woman's breastfeeding, like we talked about in public, you cover that up, you put a towel over that. My husband or my boyfriend doesn't, it's usually women, which is interesting. My husband doesn't want to see that. No, you don't want your boyfriend or husband to see that because you're afraid that he'll get turned on by that. That's a whole different story. But you see, the bullshit story is it's obscene, it's pornographic, it's this, it's that. Not, in my opinion, no. But if you ask 100 people, some number will say female nipple is pornography, and some will say it's normal, it's natural, it's no big thing. And in the case of sculpture or paintings, some will say it's art. But to a few, and I don't even want to guess that number. I have no idea how many, but I know there's a percentage of that 100 people that will say the art, the sculpture, the breastfeeding, the men's magazines, the internet is all pornography. I disagree. Now, if you go to, what the hell was that site? It went to 1 million subscribers the fastest. Porn Hub. I think it's Pornhub. Look it up, whatever. Google porn and that will probably come up. There was a meme on Facebook about Twitter taking X number of months to get to 1 million subscribers, Facebook taking X number of months or years to get to 1 million subscribers, and Pornhub did it in 24 hours, I think it was, like less than a day. So anyway, if you go on there and you see nipples, you're seeing a lot more, I would get, at Pornhub, right? So that's pornography. It's called Pornhub, right? Yeah, I think it's Pornhub. But anyway, when you're looking at porn on the internet, yes, it's pornography. It's called porn. But when a woman feeds her baby, it's not the same. That when you say that that's pornography or a painting, you know, from the 1500s or a sculpture or statue, is pornography. You're not taking the nipple in the proper context, right? Because it's not on the internet. It's not being dialed up by guys who want to whatever whack off. It was created as art. You might not appreciate that art. That art's not for everybody. I get that, but that doesn't make it pornography. I mean, so once again, I get that there's perspectives, and people are different. Viva la difference, but I think that whole movement, take the nipple away, hide the nipple, like it's something bad or evil or whatever. It's, hey, we're all born with two, guys. It's not a big friggin' deal, but whatever. Maybe one day everybody will grow up. Who knows? All right, well, I'll end it there. 15 minutes in. I promise to keep them short. I'm not doing it. Sorry, my bad. Y'all be good.